everybody, this is Pokemon Nerd Nation, and today, let me just check something real fast. Hello, hello, okay. Sorry, I was making sure my microphone was turned on. Okay, anyway, um, so Marvelous Movement sent me a link to this. It's GameFAQs.com. The link will be in the description for the, what the heck? For the rumor, and that is weird. And there will also be a link for Marvelous Movements channel. So this is actually a lot to read. It goes all the way down to here. These are just comments. But anyway, I'm just going to read all this. You guys can pause and read it yourself if you want to. I'm not going to read it twice. This is interesting. This is from sources that have worked for the game. We travel with Pokemon not only on land but also at the sea and in the sky. We will also have a type of mini-mounted racing game Pokemon that could potentially replace the contests. But we cannot ride all Pokemon, nor can mount them wherever we want. About Go-Goat, the Pokemon that can be mounted at the beginning of the game. You have two variations. The Go-Goat that Korokoro revealed is the male version. There's a female version is much smaller, hornless, cannot be mounted. It can be seen in the background in the trailer. As leaked earlier, the latest evolutions of the initial have as types. What the heck? As leaked earlier, the latest evolutions of the initial have as types? That doesn't make sense. But anyway, Chespin becomes a figure resembling a football player with a type of helmet protection and related. There's something really wrong with this thing. I'm already doubting its legitimacy because there's a lot of errors in here. I can't really understand what it is. But anyway, Chespin becomes a figure resembling a football player. I wouldn't really like that with a type of helmet protection and related. I wouldn't really like Chespin to be like made after a football player. But I mean, as long as it doesn't end up having like big huge muscles or whatever and having like a actual football helmet, it's fine as long as I don't know, as long as it looks good. Fennekin get acquired. I'm just reading this how it is, so if you hear anything that doesn't sound right, I'm just reading it how it is. Fennekin get acquired enormous ears and a figure resembling a bat with a thin layer in the form of wings, something like a flying fox. You can use moves like sound waves and the like. For its part, the bubbles become more dense, forming a kind of waves as seen in the Japanese wood paintings, something like a ninja. Okay. If Fennekin becomes a flying fox, that'd be awesome, and I'd probably use it. There are a lot of new Pokemon, considerably larger than a normal generation, even more than the 4th generation, so like, I don't know, 150, even though 150 is usually the amount of Pokemon that came in 5th gen and 1st gen, but that'd be cool. Sylveon is the only new evolution of Eevee. Clefairy, Togepi, Jigglypuff, Chansey, Lickitung, Snorlax, Dunsparce, Audino, Snubbull, Skitty, and Whismur, along with its evolutions and pre-evolution, change by type, normal type. That makes a lot of sense. Mawile, Absol, Misdreavus, Melodic, but not Phoebus, Chimico, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf, along with the evolutions, also get the kind Fairy. The evolution of Mawile has 2 small mouths instead of 1, making them look like ponytails. The source believes that was supposed to be a reference to Hatsune Miku, since the hairstyle is similar enough. Also learns Dance Flutter. Eevee, Mawile, Sableye, Dunsparce, Banette, Tauros, Heracross, Pinsir, Bisharp, Maractus, Drifloon, Cryogonal have evolutions, while Lickitung, Sock, Shared, then have pre-evolutions. Okay. And then that says Absol right after that. Doesn't make sense. The evolution of Drifblim be an alternative to Ghost-type Fairy. There will be 2 teams villains this time. Both appear in both versions of the game. Team Acid and Base, following the theme of letters representing A and B. Team Acid could say it is the most traditional team consisting of punk rockers and motorcyclists who steal Pokemon and experience with them. It aims to create the final type Pokemon. Their leader is a woman with very long hair. The most important members are called admins and are based on various poisonous creatures. One, for example, has braids as spider legs. It's weird. Team Base's turn could be considered less evil, rather wrong. Tai Chi suits dress whose buttons from a bee and want to gain power to protect something that is very important to them. Steel Pokemon trainers who consider weak to raise them and make them strong. The leader is an old man with white hair but very muscular. Unlike the admins, the Four Sages commanders are based in the holy beasts. Xerneas and Yveltal represent life and death and the cycle of both. The region has had countless wars, Kalos, where Xerneas Yveltal destroyed and rebuilt. However, since Pokemon battles started and used to resolve disputes, the region has been a peaceful place. Xerneas represents the purity of Earth, its type fairy in the folklore of the region of Kalos. Xerneas rebuilt the region after it was devastated. Yveltal represents the ambition of heaven, its kind dark flying in the folklore of the region of Kalos. Yveltal appeared in wars to destroy both sides of the conflict and region. Two new legendaries. One type dragon fire, reminiscent of the classic Chinese dragon with three forms. The other is kind fairy steel. Its first form resembles a golden bell with angel wings. The second is more angelic, holding bells in their hands. And then the third is basically an angel knight with horns on his back. There's a new poison type legendary Pokemon, flying based on the Zehaino, something like a hummingbird, green and purple. It is known for its extreme beauty, yet has a deadly poison. It could be the star of the next film in the franchise. Xerneas and Yveltal will each have three legendary subordinates. Meanwhile, two women, Xerneas has small type fairy/plant. One is thin and the other is more chunky, basically humanoid, covered in orange and green leaves, respectively. Yveltal, other hand, have two creatures, dragon/flying. One is a Pegasus gold, while the other is a golden Pegasus has peaks in your body that form the shape of the sun. What the heck? This person's writing skills are horrible. There is no legendary Z fully defined. However, one could meet these conditions. Water-type Pokemon. Water and rock type Pokemon that resembles a giant squid head covered with a rock formation that resembles an ancient city, according to one source of the legendary most impressive he has seen. Like Xerneas and legendary, Yveltal has two subordinates, two water type creatures with tentacles and several mouths full of teeth. Now the legendary main characteristics form in the legendary trio, each with their subordinates. Xerneas with his two fairies, Yveltal with his angel and faucet, and Squid with monsters, but the source is not yet sure how the plot unfolds over the legendary. What gives this source legitimacy? Okay. More legends will be distributed through DLCs, but you did not specify whether you will pay for them. All spoken here will be available in the same game from day one. As confirmed, we get different outfits throughout the game, including one based on the white suit of Team Rocket. Other costumes may be distributed through DLCs. Only there will be a fossil Pokemon this time. It's kind rock dragon like a T-Rex. It's obtained in a manner similar to Spiritomb, requiring multiple players. Since you can only get a portion of the fossil in each game, head, arms, tail, or legs, and dealing together all through the exchange to get the Pokemon. You can go through Pokemon 5th generation games for this deal and download a free app from the eShop in which you insert game card DS and will select up to 25 Pokemon to transfer without their objects. Then back to X and Y and U an area with a harbor where you can receive and store directly on your PC. No mini games. However, the downside of this is that will occupy your own purchase when you transfer Pokemon, the play money of course, with the price based on the level and amount of medals you had in the game came from. This is to prevent transfers of very high level Pokemon early in the game. When you buy your Pokemon can be renamed using the expansion and the number of letters you can have the name. Gyms are bug type fairy. I have like a sore throat. Gyms are bug type fairy, normal, fighting, ghost, ice, fire, and psychic, and are made in different order depending on the version of the game. X or Y. The type gyms, bug, fairy, and normal are located in Central Kalos. Then you have to go to the gym, Kalos, Mountain, Ice, and Fire type Pokemon, and while you Kalos for gyms, Coastal, Wrestling, and Close. What the heck is this guy trying to say? The end Psychic type gym is located in central New Kalos. In terms of how you progress, you have to follow the path of the gym unchanged. However, contrary to Unova, there will be a lot of secondary zones to explore beyond the cities of gyms that you can visit at any time. According to this source, Poison type is the one that gets the best Pokemon in this generation. This time the Elite Four is based on types, but in stats, more especially in HP, attack, defense, and speed. The champion uses a mixed team. Okay. I have a feeling this might be good. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to read some of these. Okay, here's another one. Okay, you have 4 rivals: a friend of childhood bully who wants to stop the bullies get the initial week, a fat kid millionaire who believes that money can do everything gets initial powerful. Also meet a hiker who just search for perfect place to have your initial same, only more powerful and evolved. The main goal is a rider Pokemon, bounty hunter, who starts as your mentor and gives you Go-Goat, but it becomes a fool because they lost against the villains. Throughout the story, becomes a real contender. His favorite Pokemon is a Tauros, then use the new evolution. In the forest area at game start, a female character follows you and gives you a mini tutorial showing the various features of the game. She is the daughter of Professor Pokemon. Finished. This is translated from Spanish, so a lot of it could be incorrect. I probably translated version will come soon. This is okay, so if this is true, it sounds pretty cool. I'm not really digging the Chespin becoming a football player. That sounds kind of lame. But anyway, alright. I guess. No wonder it's all really bad because it was translated from. Oh, dude. If this was translated from English, maybe it's that hero guy from Twitter because he's from. I think he's from Mexico or like Portugal or something. But he speaks Spanish, and this person said it's all translated from Spanish, probably using Google Translator, and that's probably why it sounds like complete crap. But anyway, this the rumors sound cool. I wouldn't really mind most of them. Um, so yeah, if you got any of that, like the video, comment, and subscribe. And thank you again, Marvelous Movement. Link will be down in the description. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, it was so hard to read that. Oh man. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Bye.